Good morning, Hemet San Jacinto Valley. Here we are at the Hemet San Jacinto Regional Chamber of Commerce office. We are conducting interviews for the candidates that are running for the city council positions at both Hemet and San Jacinto. My name is Lakshman Koka. I'm one of the board members of Chamber, and I want to thank the Chamber of Commerce board for putting this together, and especially Cindy Lemke, our executive director, for spearheading this and putting a lot of time and efforts in getting all this together. And to start off this morning, we will go ahead and bring up Mr. Norm Kyriss, who is running for the Hemet City Council. Good morning, Norm.
Good morning, Lakshman, and good morning, everybody. I really appreciate Hemet San Jacinto Chamber of Commerce putting this little get-together on. I think it's important that the people out in the community know what's happening in our city. And anyway, I just want to introduce myself, Norm Kyriss, first time running for public office. I'm running for Hemet City Council, District 1. And a lot of people are asking me why I'm running, and my response basically has been I love this community. I love the city of Hemet. I care for it. I see the problems that we have out here, and I believe that with my leadership, I could make a difference in the community. I have going on about 39 years of living in Hemet. I have 29 years of real estate background. So I'm constantly out in the neighborhoods, meeting with people. Not only do I sell real estate here in the Valley, I do a lot in the community with the local nonprofits. I'm involved with the Elks Club, the Eagles, Masonic Lodge, still volunteer for Habitat for Humanity. Grandfathers for Golf is a fun one that I'm a part of. I remember years ago taking my grandkids to the beach, and we saw a bunch of kids out at Echo Hills Golf Course, and I just thought this is something I have to be a part of. It's a sport that I love to play, and I just hope that my grandkids will embrace it as much as I do, so we can enjoy our times together out there. So I'm married. We just had our 8th year anniversary, married to Victoria. And between both of us, we have 3 children and 4 grandchildren. And I'm running for Hemet Council to try to make a difference in this community. Thank you.
Thank you, Norm. What we'll be doing is asking each candidate 6 questions, and you have 2 minutes or so to answer each of those questions, and we'll get started.
Okay, wonderful.
Here's the first question. These are the questions that were put together by our executive director and the board members of the Chamber of Commerce. So these are all same questions for all candidates. So our goal is to make sure our business community, our chamber members, and the community in general get to know the candidates who are interested in running for the city council to serve them. So question number 1, what do you believe to be the top 3 pressing concerns to business community in our valley?
That's a great question. I believe during these pandemic times that we're going through, opening up safely, matter of fact, opening up at all has been a major concern for our businesses. So I'd like to see what we could do to support them to open up safely and continue business. It's good for everybody involved. It's good for the city. It's good for our local residences, and it's good for our business community. So that would be one. So my second thought about businesses in the community is you can look at one of the council meetings where a family-owned business, I think the daughter had come up and spoke about their gas station on Florida Avenue was affected by the median, and after 14 years they had to close down. So I think that is definitely a pressing issue, how our businesses are affected by that. I know, talked to several other businesses they've seen an increase, so I think, you know, that's definitely a concern. And then the third point about businesses is, I think, the financial situation that the city's in. Right now, we're in a financial crisis. We're going through an audit, and we're facing deficits year after year. And definitely the businesses would be concerned with that.
Thank you, Norm. Second question is, do you believe the city's budget process should budget expenses to meet revenue goals, or adjust revenues to meet budget and spending priorities? And also your opinion regarding Measure U funds, if they should be continued to use exclusively for the safety, law enforcement part of the residents, city, or it can be used for general funds.
Awesome, great, thank you. So my thought is, with the financial turmoil that the city's in right now, that we definitely have to look at adjusting our expenses towards our budget. We need to get our budget in line, look at things that some liabilities that are non-essential, look at possibly cutting those out, so we can move the city in a financial sound way. And in regards to Measure U funds, I'm in support of the original intent of Measure U, which is keeping the funds used for just public safety. And I know in about 6 years, I believe, that it will be expiring, and we're gonna have to look at where the city's at here in the next few years on how we're going to approach that. And we definitely need to use the funds wisely. I believe the committee is doing a great job in talking to the council on their recommendations on what the funds should be used for. And I think it's just a great process that the community is involved in that. Thank you.
So you're saying the Measure U funds are being used only for law enforcement at this time then?
No, my understanding is the Measure U funds are used, 2/3 are used for law enforcement, and 1/3 of the funds are used for the fire safety, emergency services.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Question number 3. As we know, combating fire requires the effective cooperation between the police and the local residents. As a candidate, what do you believe is the responsibility of the local residents to combat drugs and violence in our neighborhoods?
I would really love the community to get more engaged in volunteerism. You see something, say something. We really need to support our law enforcement. They're doing the best job that they can with the tools that they have necessary. But a community as a whole, we really need to get more involved. And I feel we really need to take back this community, and it starts with pride in our community. We could drive down these streets, just about anywhere in this town, and we see a lack of pride. And I think our leadership needs to take a better stance on expressing their concerns with the city, cleaning this town up, and supporting our public law enforcement, public works department. Need to get behind. Everybody needs to just grab arms together and get this town cleaned up. But I think the city, the people in the city, we all can do this. We all need to work together like a well-oiled machine.
Thank you. So if elected, what solution do you have for the challenges that we just talked about?
Well, again, just I think information is the key to it. We got to get the information. Some of the people that I've been speaking to, they seem that they don't know what's going on with the city. Lack of communication. So years ago, we used to have the Hemet News, And a lot of people would get that paper, and it was a source of community information. What I'm seeing now is a lot of information being disseminated out there that really has nothing to do with Hemet. And so we just need to do a better job of getting that information out to the public.
Thank you. Question number 4. During these times of COVID-19 pandemic, what role should elected positions people play?
Well, the role our leadership should play in the current pandemic is again, lead. We're leaders, and we need to lead by example. Very similar to what we're doing this morning. We have our masks, we're doing an interview, we're trying to keep our social distancing, but we need to set an example. Every move that we make in this community, people are going to watch, and they're going to react. And it goes both on the positive side and on the negative side. So we just need to take a better leadership role in setting an example in our community.
Thank you. Question number 5. If elected, how will you avoid the challenges, influence of local special interest groups and still do what is best for our city and accomplish your goals?
This is a great question. This is something that I thought of early on when I decided to run about 30 days ago. And I have to thank my wife for supporting me in doing this. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be here today. But I had a question that was very similar of what your agenda is going to be for the city. And my response was, it's not going to be about me. I have to, anytime I think about if I have an agenda, I have to look and examine myself, because it shouldn't be about me, it should be about the people. And going out to the local residences, talking to people, communicating with people, I think is key to addressing the city concerns. So my agenda will be what the people's have elected me for, to provide the strong leadership for this community.
Thank you, Norm. This is our final question. Tell us something you want, actually, the voters to know about yourself, which you haven't already talked about. So here is an opportunity for you to address our citizens of this beautiful city.
Well, thank you for the opportunity for discussing this. I think whatever happens in this election, it's not going to change who I am or what I'm doing. I'm involved in this community with several nonprofits. I'll continue to do so, be involved one way or another, whether I have a title of councilman or not. So I think it's important to look to us to see what your leadership and the people that you have to choose from, what they're doing now and what they will continue to do after they're elected. So I think it's important to continue to support our nonprofits, continue to support the community events here. The more that we get involved in our community, the more the city can thrive and grow. So, I think it's very important just to be community oriented, community minded in what we're doing here and try to make it a better place. This is one thing that I think that we can take back, pride in our community. It's something I work on a daily basis. So I think that's about it, and I really appreciate the time that we spent today.
Thank you, Norm. Thank you, Chamber of Commerce. We appreciate you being here, and good luck to you. And God bless America.
God bless America. Thank you.
Thank you.